Very good morning, everybody. I'm here to introduce our renowned professor, Parimal Parag, who is currently an associate professor in the Department of Electrical Communication and Engineering at Indian Institute of Science at Bengaluru. He's also a co-convenor of the Center for Network Intelligence, a faculty participant at Robert Bosch Center for Cyber Physical Systems, and a member of the Applied Probability Research Group. He was working as senior systems engineer in R&D at IISc Incorporation from October 2011 to November 2014. He received his BTech and MTech degrees from Indian Institute of Technology, Madras in fall 2004 and the PhD degree from Texas A&M University in fall 2011. He was at Stanford University and Los Alamos National Laboratory in the autumn 2010 and the summer of 2007, respectively. Professor Parimal Parag, over to you.
Thanks, Ayasuni, for the very generous introduction. Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys can hear me. I know that you're mute, so probably you cannot say, cannot confirm. But if you have any questions, please feel free to stop me anytime, and maybe type in the chat, and I guess one of the moderators will relay that question. Right, Preetham? Is that correct? Yes. Okay. Perfect. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to the first CNI Summer School. Let me start with a brief introduction to the Center for Network Intelligence. So the center was formally founded on 14 September 2019, thanks to an initiative by Cisco Corporate Social Responsibility. The center is motivated by the emergence of large networks, their complex interconnections, and their impact on everyday life. Our interactions with the network provides value and has opportunity for business. So in the center, our main goal is to create actionable knowledge from large volumes of collected data. See if I can move to the next slide. All right, very good. So here are some of the examples of the network intelligence system that I'm talking about, and these are of interest to the center in the present and also in the near future. So going clockwise from top left, we have Industry 4.0. We have digital health, we have smart city, and then we have remote work and online learning. So in all these applications, one has to sense, infer, and control components while communicating over a communication infrastructure. So the center's shared vision is to be a world leader in research and training for large-scale network intelligence systems. And vision without a mission is vacuous. So what we want to do to actualize our vision is to create intellectual capital and engineering solutions to extract knowledge and to make distributed decisions for intelligent networks. Okay, so these are the following main activities we are pursuing as our mission components. First is fundamental research in these emerging application areas, then development of engineering solutions that involves proof of concept. As a result of our research and development efforts, interaction with policy-making bodies, and provide our input. For the intellectual capital creation, they're involved in teaching and training bright young minds like yourself, all of you are present here. In addition, we have several outreach activities to create a networking research community in India. And this effort, the CNI Summer School, is one such effort to sort of tell you what we guys are doing, and hopefully we can get you interested in the kind of research activity we are interested in. We also have dedicated center infrastructure that aids in research development and training, basically in everything which we do here. So let's go into detail, maybe like a not great detail, but small detail of these activities. So center is committed to fundamental and ambitious research thread, which any activity in IISc you would expect or you would suspect it to be involved in. And center has supported research in different aspects of network intelligence systems. In fact, it has resulted in consistent research outcomes. We had 14 publications in the first year of this center establishment and 23 publications so far. And this is an old data. It probably has far exceeded its number. A top tier publication venue. So just to name some of the places where our publications appeared, these are IEEE and ACM transactions on networking, IEEE transaction on communication, IEEE transaction on control of network systems, and for journals and for in conferences, very prestigious venues like USNIC, NURIP, ISIT, CDC, ICAS, and many such other conferences. So our second activity is focused on engineering of network intelligence, and this involves development of engineering solutions as I alluded before, that results from fundamental research and creation of world-class testbeds to demonstrate these proofs of concept. So we have three individual development threads here. First, we have COVID-19 related research and development efforts, and that started due to ongoing pandemic. It was not planned, but we are very agile at IISc, and several faculty decided that this is a problem of very current importance, and people started working on it. So this led to big impact in terms of policy inputs such as scenario planning, testing, and vaccination. And I'll talk more about it when I reach the policy inputs. Second, we have a design of hyperscale network, compute and store infrastructure that can form the backbone for various applications. So I'm alluding to data center networks, which is on the second right-hand top right figure. And third, we have vehicle to anything communication for remote control of driverless vehicles over wireless networks. This is a big effort in itself and has led to three separate development threads. First is ultra reliable and low latency communication. Second is communication middleware for control and coordination. And the third is design of Wi-Fi network with predictable quality of service. All right, so that's all I would talk about development efforts. Let me talk a little bit about the impact which we had at the policy level. So our next activity is interaction with policymakers, where our goal is to support and enable decision making and by providing inputs based on research and development efforts. So several of our faculty from the center have been working with BBMP, providing modeling guidance to Karnataka's Technical Advisory Committee on COVID-19 and on biosurveillance with the Karnataka State Surveillance Unit for communicable diseases. The government agencies with which we have interacted for COVID-19 efforts were KSDMA, Government of Karnataka Health Department, BBMP, BMC, DST, and others. We also developed IUDX, it's Indian Urban Data Exchange platform in the first year. Specifically, we API platform and data sharing policies. And this activity has spawned off as a separate entity. This IUDX has spawned off a separate entity with support from Ministry of Urban Affairs. The government agencies which we interacted on this effort were Ministry of Urban and Housing Affairs, Smart City Mission, Pune Smart City, and Indian Urban Data Exchange. All right, so moving forward. Our next activity is outreach, where our goal is to build a community of network researchers and engineers. So to this end, we have organized several activities. We have organized workshops, conferences, hackathons, and seminar series. And now we have the summer school where you guys are all present. Our first CNI workshop was on Wi-Fi modeling and quality of service on February 25th this year with 135 online attendees from academia and industry. We also supported ECS Symposium and SciFest last year, and that had 900 online attendees. We also supported SPCom, which is a IISc conference in ECS. That had 1,250 virtual attendees. We've also supported two hackathons so far, IUDX last year, December 13, and Swaps to Labs, IUDX in 2019 and Swaps to Labs last year. And they both had roughly 100 teams with 20 and 13 final submissions. We also have an ongoing network seminar series, which I encourage all of you to attend on a regular basis. We invite very eminent speakers from all over the India and abroad as well. We have had roughly 60 speakers so far, I would think, with approximately 30 to 40 live attendees per session. We also have a YouTube channel where you can go and look at the past speakers and listen to their talks if you're interested. Okay, so then that brings me to the slide opportunities, which might be of interest to several of you. So especially those of you who are graduating in near future, or some of you who are thinking of doing long-term internships and so on. So what are the opportunities of CNI? So we are, so one of our next, our important activity is teaching and training, right? To nurture well-rounded network researchers. So to this end, we support several scholarships in this area of network intelligence. And we have hired, so we support one postdoc scholar per year and 6 PhDs and 6 MTechs. So these are usually from, so PhDs and MTechs are usually IISc students, but postdoc scholar we hire. So if some of you are graduating with a PhD, so please do consider applying to CNI. And so this is a very competitive and it's comparable to Raman's postdoc fellowship, if you know of that. So we have hired some of really promising talent from the center, with currently 2 senior staff with PhD, and I think actually 3. Let me correct me. So 3 senior staff with PhD. We have 3 research associates with master's degree and 6 research associates with undergraduate degree. So we have a good mix of people at the center. This year we had a summer internship program, and we received roughly 300 applications, and we hope this number should increase, and many of you will apply next year. And because it was a short notice, we only selected 7 interns, but hopefully we'll scale it to a much larger number next year. So several of you might get opportunity to work with our center staff and faculty on different development threads. In addition, we have three online courses coming out of the center. Information theory and IoT courses are on NPTEL, so you can check it out. And this IoT course will start in July, and this already has, I think, roughly 16,000 registrations already. I think this might have increased. So, and this CNI summer school, you will be introduced to our 3rd free online course, which is on hands-on networking course. So you will go through several, experiments which are based on cloud. So you will see it maybe later in the afternoon. Okay, so that's so I just wanted to point out that we have several opportunities at the center, and I encourage all of you to explore these. Okay, so write to us if you're interested in working with. Okay, so sorry, so yeah, so there are a few upcoming research project topics which I wanted to just list, so that if you're not interested in the 3 I've listed before, maybe these are the ones which might be of interest to you. So on research front, we would continue to support machine learning and AI for networks with new algorithms for telemetry and data-driven decisions. And we'll implement these on test beds. So we are setting up a test bed for this hyperscale network and compute infrastructure. We would also focus on privacy preserving data exchange. And on the development thread, we have 5 threads. In healthcare, we are going beyond COVID-19 to more general biosurveillance, digital health, and data-driven decisions. In quality of service over wireless, we are continuing the ORAN development, open RAN development, and planning to work on industrial IoT. For hyperscale network infrastructure, we would have set up the testbed and start development of telemetry and data-driven decisions. In addition, we have 2 new development threads on dense virus deployment, which requires inter-AP coordination and deterministic networking for enabling tactile. So that's all I wanted to say about the introduction to the network. Pritam, do we have time for a couple of questions? Or?
Yeah, we can take some questions if there are any.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. I know I went a bit fast, but Pritam only gave me 10 minutes. So there's a lot I wanted to squeeze in here. So yeah, please go ahead and ask any question you might have. So Pritam, how do we do this? Can they unmute themselves, or they have to type in the chat? And
they can either type in chat, or they can raise the hand and we can ask them to unmute themselves.
Very good. So I'm not seeing it because, as I said, right?
Yeah. So far there are no questions on the chat.
Yeah, we have a question from Aditya Rahul. What are the prerequisites for this course?
So, I mean, we were looking for senior undergraduate, and so there are 2 kind of courses here. Like, so there'll be some theory lectures by faculty, and especially, and then one will be sort of theory to practice. And the other thing in the afternoon is primarily this experiment. So I would think that if you have taken some basic probability, that should suffice. I think that if you're from EC background, you would have taken one such course in your, in your undergraduate, or if you're a senior graduate student, right? So another question is by Harshit, I guess. He's saying, is work experience necessary for enrolling under CNI school research? So CNI is not a school, Harshit. It's a CNI Center for Network Intelligence. And for research team, if you want to join, no, you don't have the work experience. So we again, as I said, we have people working at every level, undergraduate, graduate, the masters and PhD, and also year-long internships, etc. as well. So many of these people may not have work experience. So for different profile of people, we have different kind of opportunities. So sort of the idea is that you should be enthusiastic and should have some basic skill set which you've learned in school. So we'll interview. There's a formal process of hiring. And if you think there's a good match, then we'll go ahead with it. Next question is by Kaushik. Is there any opportunities who are currently doing PhD? So Kaushik, you can explore, let me think about it. You can explore summer internships, but typically summer internships are explored by undergraduates. Pritam, can you answer this or?
Yes, so actually we can consider summer internship by PhD students also. In fact, we would encourage if you have something to contribute. So
yeah, so if your advisor allows, if your research supervisor, then we'll be happy to, like have you at IISc and you can spend a summer here with us or longer and try some of the research or development, things with us, or you can have a collaboration going on with us if you have some ideas and you said, okay, maybe we can collaborate with faculty at CNI and get some research. So that's also an option, right?
yes.
Okay. Does it answer the question? Okay. If there are no further questions, give me 2 minutes break and before I start the lecture. Is it okay? I want to drink some water. Is that okay?
Sure. Thank you, Prof.
Okay, so thank you everyone. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. So there's one more question from Jatin. He says, any courses on system on chip from IISc? So Jatin, I think IISc has several courses. CNI is just one part of the IISc where we are especially focusing on Center for Network Intelligence, and right now we don't have a faculty working on system on chip, but we might, some faculty, if they show interest, and they can join us. Okay. So there must be courses on system on chip from IISc, maybe explore